it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Oh, there's so many things to talk about in basketball right now. We go.
What did you just said to say?
It is. It's Thursday, so welcome to that day.
Or Friday.
Back. Lou, yeah, don't confuse everyone. Lou Will, Chandler P, Michelle B. Look at that.
And the P. A. No, that's all in my head. Everything.
My aunt asked me why I have so many girlfriends. Okay, we're gonna get to some basketball. The suspensions are out. Okay, so everything that we guessed was wrong.
That's not true.
Well, okay, yeah, you were late
I
for
was
that one.
kind of close.
But per Shams, shout out, Duran gets 2, Diabate and Bridges get 4, and Isaiah Stewart gets 7. And I think the Isaiah Stewart of it all maybe was probably the most shocking, thinking that it might have been more Chandler. So your thoughts?
Listen, everyone knows as an NBA player you can't come off the bench, which is crazy because it's not who starts it. That's not what even happened. And to be fair and to be honest with you, this is exactly why Isaiah Stewart is there. Not for violence, not to do things like this exactly, but he is the heart and soul of this team. He is the toughness of this team, and he is there as a protector and one of the guys that is willing to do this. And they have other guys to make up for his actual production on the court. They're gonna miss him. They're gonna miss him. But this is why you bring him here. And if I'm a fan of the Pistons, my goodness, he's a legend there. He is beloved there for things like this.
I love him.
I said 8 to 10 games. I think this is still just a little low again because usually by then I feel like it was almost over, and then he kind of escalated again, which is fine. But this had nothing to do with him. He's just being a fantastic, great teammate. So if I'm in that locker room or if I'm in that arena as a fan, I have zero beef with this. Now, I know JB Bickerstaff's probably like, guy, be smarter. Like, we need you. You're valuable to our team. But I think the 7 games is fair. I think most people are expecting more, to be honest.
I thought 7 was lenient, but I like the fact that it's lenient. Like, it shows that we're getting into a better space in the NBA. And again, I'm not saying that violence or fighting on the court is cool. I think it messes up the product. But every once in a while, I'm okay with humans being humans and having situations where, you know, and there's also entertainment value in it as well. You know, we can't say we weren't entertained and you know, also we're in the sports entertainment business. Think about the 2 teams we're talking about. 2 teams that have momentum on the upswing. Charlotte is trying to dig themselves out of a hole, playing really good basketball. Detroit is at the top of the East. We got to keep that momentum going. We got to get these guys back on the floor. So, yes, we did have a dust-up. Yes, it did get messy. And I thought everything was appropriate. I thought it was going to be more games, but that was me thinking as somebody who's watched, you know, the league and the way that they've handled these things over the years. It looks like we're turning a new page, and these things are, and the games are starting to come down some. So I don't mind this at all. Everybody will serve their suspensions and get back to work.
And you know why I also don't mind it is because this team obviously is having a great start. They are #1 in the East. They're finally getting that respect. And people know they're not the most talented team, but they are the toughest. And you are not going to come in here and you're not going to punk us. And I think Isaiah Stewart kind of made that very, very clear that I don't care what draft picks our guys were. I don't care how much money they make. Like, we are going to out-tough you. We are going to play extremely hard. And we're not going to be okay with things like this with the guys that I fight every single day in the locker room. So, again, I love it. If I'm Cade Cunningham, and I'm making $47 million a year.
No, you're not.
I'm paying for this,
You're paying, because it's like $725,000.
I don't care. I am paying something because we need guys like him to get where we're going to. I have my role to carry this team offensively, close games. This is somewhat Isaiah Stewart's.
You're going to pay $750,000?
I'm paying something. I'm paying
maybe
something.
half. How about half?
Anything, because I love that.
I'm not paying nothing. I had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, but you're the money bags of the team.
No, the money bag is upstairs. The guys who cut the checks,
then Gore should pay.
That needs to be the person that's paying for this fine, not Cade Cunningham.
You got a real Duncan Robinson vibe.
It is not Cade Cunningham's responsibility to pay nobody else's fines unless...
It would be nice, though.
Unless Isaiah Stewart was coming to his aid for an issue that he was having on the floor. That is a different conversation. Other than that, let the owner pay it. He the one got the cheese.
Well, that's actually fair, too. I mean, if we're doing that, then
somebody, because you know you love, like, deep down, you might not say it. You might say, listen, that's probably not the right thing to do, but you know you love it to have that guy on your team.
What is the big? Because here's the thing. I don't know. I know it's a different year, and he gets 7 games. Ben Wallace got 6 for Malice in the Palace, so I don't know if we're just elevating the numbers as the years go by.
No,
but what's the?
That's a different perspective.
Like I
didn't realize Ben Wallace only got 6 games.
And I feel like the 7 is kind of kind of strict, kind of tough. If Ben Wallace got 6 for a huge
I don't think
fight,
7 is. I don't think 7 is strict. But comparing them, it kind of sounds crazy because you know how the Malice in the Palace turned out.
If this spiraled into the crowd and became what Malice in the Palace was, then this would be 25 to us.
Well, that makes the 6 look even crazier in hindsight.
Yeah, in hindsight, for sure.
What's the biggest one, like fine-wise, have you guys heard? Because $750,000.
Well, that one, like Meta and those guys, they got the whole season.
Yep, that was big. Okay, that one.
Those were big. Besides, like the steroid test where you get popped for like 25 games, like Paul George right now, that's a
but it has to be the Malice in the Palace. Like that changed the trajectory of a lot of those guys' careers as a whole, not just that year. Like some of that stigma went around with a couple of those guys for a while, so it has to be Malice in the Palace.
And Isaiah Stewart, I feel like he already has this kind of rep, right? But not not dirty, right? Like I don't hear like
tough.
Say, like tough. And again, this is Pistons, the bad boys. Like they are back, and he's not letting that die. And so he is going to continue to do this. And I love what he said. He said, "If you don't like this, what did he say? Like why the Detroit Pistons draft me or something?" He said something like that.
They drafted you to hoop,
not to fight, not to be a bouncer.
But I like the fact that he stands in the gaps for his teammates. This had absolutely nothing to do with him, but that's his young fella. And if you're going to go out to bat for your young fella like that, I can respect that as a teammate. So I have no problem with this. I have no problem with the identity of the Detroit Pistons and them restoring something. So look, we're gonna whoop your butt on the court, and if you want to get physical, we'll whoop your butt there. And I don't have a problem with this at all. The NBA kind of needs this sort of energy. Like we've been having a lot of competitive conversations and won some of that grit and that toughness back. I like it. I don't like the fact that these guys are fighting. I think that messes up the product somewhat. But I like the fact that we do have people standing on something.
Yeah, I don't want to condone the violence, but also looking at these games now, I feel like Bridges kind of got away with
Well, he's gotten away with a few things, sure.
Because 4 games for him, first of all.
Well, you just telling now.
But listen, look. He came into this, he did that.
You telling now.
So he escalated this fight, and then he goes to the other side of the court and escalates another fight. And then he squares up. Look at so he starts one fight. He starts 2 fights. Now he starts a 3rd fight.
Pointing. Stop. You're telling.
I'm just saying. How did he get 4 games and Stewart get 7 games? He initiated kind of 3 fights.
And he has a track record. On and off the court. So I guess I don't know.
Shame.
Jeez. My point is, I just think if Stewart got 7 again, coming off the bench, he was I guess on the floor already, but he kind of went at Duren first.
I agree.
Then he went at the second guy, and then obviously Stewart rushed him. He couldn't do anything at that point.
Stop pointing, Lou.
Stewart's extra games.
Pointing.
Well, I'm not telling on nobody no more, so I can point at.
I mean, everyone has eyes. I'm just saying, how did he get 4 games?
You were giving a play-by-play why he should get more games.
Breaking it down.
That was nuts.
Prompting.
Stewart's extra games is because of him leaving the bench. I think if he was already on the floor and they square up like that, he may also get the.
He also does have a bit of a track too, because
he's probably a repeat offender and also leaving the bench.
on the court.
He got some extra games.
Like this
Don't start breaking this down again. Look,
I'm just saying. Look, okay, not mind your business. Like he just got in that fight. Then he comes all the way over 40 feet to this fight for more smoke, and then he gets bum rushed by Stewart.
You can't give Isaiah Stewart kudos for being the muscle, and then Charlotte Hornets muscle not doing his part.
Also, these young bucks just trying Jalen Duren. Do they not see that, man?
I mean, can we talk? You know what hasn't been talked about? How fast this entire thing moves around the court. Like it covers a lot of.
Sometimes the security
is athletic.
It was like beautiful.
And the coaches and everybody, sometimes they somewhat escalated into a bigger thing than what it is.
The Duren thing, there are people, I'm not going to say it's any of us up here, but there are people that say that Duren's suspension should actually include
Well, those are stupid people.
the All-Star game.
And you know what's nice too? He's on his rookie contract, so his 2-game suspension is like 30 grand.
Those are the people that want to retroact something you've done 15 years ago and want you to be blamed for it now type people. Like listen. It was a dust-up. All-Star weekend is to be celebrated. It should not carry over to All-Star. Get his games before the break. During the break, he should enjoy himself, enjoy his weekend like everybody else. And then once we're back to official business, your suspension picks up. This should not carry over to All-Star weekend.
This guy's having
absolutely not.
He's having a career year. He had a bad moment.
Let me ask you this, though.
Punish him for that.
You punish your kid, you ground him for a week, but in that week happens to be spring break. Does that count, or do they get to go to spring break and come back?
He gets to go to spring break and then suspension.
Or I'll give you a better one, Beadle. your kid gets in trouble in school, but has a pretty good track record,
That's fair.
but got in trouble, but you got AAU games on the weekend. Do you not allow the kid to play in the AAU games?
No, that's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
if
fair.
my kid gets in a fight in school on December 23rd and there's Christmas, December 25th, he still gets presents.
God, you're the worst
I'm
parent.
not going to not give him
Worst parent
presents
ever. I
because he
know
got
you
in a
are.
fight. It's like, we're going to punish the kids with the... No, it's his first time
I know,
All-Star.
but grounding
He's
is more
deserved
like
this
it.
for 40 games.
I
He gets in
agree.
one dust-up and all of a sudden he can't play in the All-Star game. That is
By the way, I'm with you
egregious.
guys. Like, I feel like it's just, no, it goes to the
Yeah.
games themselves.
Any more parenting advice you got for me?
No. Oh, uh-oh, I just kicked stuff on here. Yeah. All right, so our good friend, Boogie Cousins, I think this is his
Are we bringing him in for the violence
we're
section?
bringing him right back in, violence expert. No, that's rude. But he did have a tweet, and it was kind of a long one, and it might be his longest tweet ever.
He didn't write this.
He wrote this. Looks like the league is starting to lighten up on the dust-ups. Definitely a good move for the league moving forward. Allow competition to be what it is all around! Exclamation point. Every team and competitor has their own identity when it comes to competition. Allow them to use their strengths and exploit weaknesses. Also, in whatever form that is, that's the best.
He
No.
lost me at exploit.
Like,
There's no chance in hell you
he
wrote this,
that. What do you
Boogie.
think he has a ghostwriter for
Chat
tweets?
GBT, I
Oh, it
smell it.
might be
Where there's
that.
smoke, there's
First of
fire.
all, how are you going to criticize Boogie and say chat GBD?
Thank you.
Whatever GBT, whatever.
GPT.
It wasn't CPT.
Boogie's never used the word exploit in his life. He ain't right there. He's got ghostwriters.
Listen,
Ghostwriters.
I'm agreeing with Boogie. Like the league that we've grown to be accustomed to and how they deal with these type of issues, we were thinking 10 to 20 games.
You all were.
For this, for sure. So look, let's not overreact. A few punches were thrown. Those guys are also smart enough to know I really shouldn't connect. I truly believe that. They can say what they want in their tweets or under captions. You're smart enough to know I can't really hit this man as hard as I want to hit this man. That's gonna mess
That would
up
be bad.
everything that I've ever worked for in my life. Now that's where the real fines and suspensions come in. So these dust-ups right here, you make your point. The league, you made your point. These guys got to sit for a while, and then we're right back to business. So, long tweet or not, I agree with Boogie.
Chat
By the way,
GPT.
GPT. By the way, there was a fight like that night, the same night, but
There was
there was
another
no
night.
punches thrown and no suspensions, right? So that,
No.
like Lou was saying, once you throw punches, once you
We don't
come
even know
off
who's
the
in it.
bench, it was Naz Reid.
You know what we're overlooking in all of this? This is the week before All-Star Weekend. We're 40-plus games in. Everybody's irritable. Everybody's irritated.
Give me the Cabo.
Yeah, it's a light at the end of the tunnel. I have a break coming up, and you're just irritated. I can remember very strongly how I used to feel that last week of All-Star Weekend
I feel
of just
it.
being tired, being exhausted, dying for a break, and then you go out there and somebody's pushing a little too much, talking a little too much. Now you're irritated. These things happen. I'll almost go out on a limb and say we might see one more tonight.
What? Ooh, the last night.
We might
Last
see one more
okay.
tonight. I'm telling you, guys are irritated.
It's a Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Everyone loses their minds. Okay, I like this.
More
I'm in.
dust-ups.
By the way, Pistons did actually play some basketball yesterday against Toronto. Nice win, 113-95. That's their 40th win, y'all. Not bad. Kate had 28, 9, 7, and 3. Paul Reed with 22. Sky Barnes, 17.
Oh.
Ooh, that's fun. 7 and 5. Yeah, their two best interior players not playing, and they seem to be having zero problems taking care of the Raptors. Technically, they are only a game back of the Thunder in the overall standings.
That's crazy.
Okay, there you go. That's crazy.
Well, what's crazy is a month ago or a couple weeks ago, we're talking about how the Thunder could possibly break the record.
Yep.
And obviously they went on that skid and things changed a little bit of the
Wonder why.
trajectory of
Who
that.
started that?
But this is crazy. This is a team that obviously had success last year. We knew they were going to be good. I don't think we thought they were going to be this good. And I never thought they were really the deepest team. Now, like you said, Stewart out, Duren out. Insert Paul Reed for a quick little 22. Guys like Jenkins and Smith and who's the other guy that I'm missing here? Well, they added Herter and Levert. They do have a deep team. We don't know how tough they are. We know how good defensively they are. And I think we really need to start talking about Cade Cunningham more so in the MVP talk because he is so good offensively. He's so good getting his guys involved. He is 6'7", big guard, walking triple-double. He defends. It's unbelievable. Like this sequence right here, he hit 3 threes in the same exact spot. Then he goes to an off-the-block post-up. Then he gets out in transition. Then he blesses someone in transition. Like, there's nothing he can't do on the floor. And obviously, he's the head of the snake. But this team, they got a little bit of everything. But number one, they're tough and they defend, which when the shots aren't falling, they can still beat you. And not a lot of teams can say that.
It is shocking because they are 5.5 up
on the Celtics. Like they're
the ones.
They're kind of cruising, Lou.
No, they're playing really, really good basketball. And I don't want to say I'm surprised because we kind of see that we saw those guys come being on the horizon of one of the better teams in the East. And so I like how they roll. My only concern with this team, scoring is at a premium, right? And so when we get into the playoffs, and let's say a team just decides we're going to do everything in our power to take away Cade Cunningham, as deep of a basketball team that they are, who's going to be that secondary guy to be able to go win 1 or 2 playoff games for them, especially when it gets tight, when teams start taking away some of your options, making it difficult for Cade. You know, like, be clear about it. He's a superstar level talent, and he's really, really young, and he's already shown you what he can do in big moments. But I'm curious about what the other guys are going to do, especially when it becomes a half-court game. You know, like toughness and fighting ain't going to be enough in the playoffs. That's going to help, but you're going to have to be able to put that ball in the basket. And so for that, I want to see a guy like Tobias Harris turn some of these 15s into 22s. You know what I mean? Jalen Duran, when he comes back, being on the offensive glass, being able to put 20 points on the board. They're going to need some of those secondary guys to step in those gaps and fill in for them if they're going to make a legitimate run at a championship run for this group, because they have all of the pieces. But me being a hooper and me seeing these guys, I want to just see how it translates to playoff basketball. Obviously, we have some time for that, but that's my only concern with this Detroit team. Other than that, I think they're fully loaded.
Does it have to be a second guy, or can it be what they have, which is a lot of...
I like the pieces that they added.
Yeah.
I like them adding Herder. You know, that's a guy that can go out and get hot, that can make a bunch of shots. Duncan Robinson is another guy that can, like, they have a lot of shooting. So when I say scoring is at a premium, it's the difference between shooters and scorers. You need a guy that you can put the ball in his hands and go out and get you a bucket. They have a lot of guys that can shoot. So if Cade Cunningham can play a comfortable basketball game or a game where he can dominate and get those guys involved, I think the Detroit Pistons can slide to the NBA Finals. But as we know, those options get taken away and it gets tougher, and you're going to need somebody else to be able to do it for you.
6 months ago, I thought that 2 option might have been Jaden Ivey. Like, right, then he goes down with the injury. Now he's obviously gets moved. So, like, Jalen Duren, as good as he is, as physical as he is, he's top 2, 3 center in the NBA. He's still not that number 2 option on paper. You know what I mean? You're not going to play through him. He's going to go and naturally get buckets, but he's not like a 2 option. But like Lou said, in the playoffs, everyone picks up the intensity anyways. Everyone's going to play tough. So that's kind of going to get neutralized with the Detroit Pistons. But when they take away Cade Cunningham, I love the addition of Herder. Karis LeVert, I think he's got to get going. He's got to be that bucket that he once was. You know, Duncan Robinson, they do have shooting. So when they want to, you know what? You want to trap.
Got a ton of shooting.
You want to trap Cade and blitz Cade? Cool. We're going to play 4-on-3 on the back end, and we have guys that can shoot 45% from the 3 and space the floor. So if those guys are making shots, they almost collectively, they don't need that 2 option because Tobias can go off. Jenkins can go off. Thompson can have big games. And then you space the floor with those other 3 shooters. It's tough to guard.
Like, I'm just fast forwarding in my mind because I feel like it. But if it was a Pistons OKC Finals, first of all, because you know we love the Pistons, but what does that look like basketball wise?
I mean, physical depth. Like it's going to be a lot of different schemes on what to take away from every team, like what they do best, which is impossible because they all have counters. And we just talked about the depth of the Pistons. Thunder are even deeper. So, again, we're a long ways away, but, I mean, it's looking like it. They're running away with the East. They're running away with the West. That'd be a hell of a...
Yeah. Similar identities, though.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it feels like to me.
Both teams have really good guys at the top, right? And then after that, you got really good role players and guys that know how to play basketball at a high level. So I like that matchup between Detroit and OKC if it comes down to that. But, again, I just want to know if they pull a Steph Curry in Charlotte and you just walk Cade Cunningham all the way to the locker room in a boxing one. Who's going to be that guy that's going to be able to play make and make sure the ball gets to those shooters and all of those other people?
I do, like, as much as I love them and I trust them, like, I do still feel like they're kind of one piece away. Like, I don't know.
I think the pieces are there.
And again, I still think they're contenders. I think they're fantastic. They're 40-13. It's hard to nitpick.
Okay. This is still nuts to me.
But I think Tobias Harris is a guy that can go out and get you.
No,
20.
I'm thinking.
Karis LeVert is another guy that can go out.
I'm thinking
You're going
I'm going
flashy.
fences right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
Like, I'm thinking someone like
Why
that.
are they second best odds to Cleveland? That's not going to make sense to me forever
If
and ever.
Cleveland somehow sneaks into those Eastern Conference Finals after the start that they had,
Odds are crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Odds are crazy.
That's
man.
crazy. I mean, they won 10 of 11, but that's still
Well, look at us, happy about the East.
respectful. I'm okay with the East, guys.
Check that out.
Totally fine.
Check
with
that
the
out.
East.
Yeah, listen, Cavs are good again. Like the Knicks, the Celtics, the Raptors are solid. Like they're now all of a sudden it's not so bad.
No, I know. I think it's going to be actually quite fun, quite frankly. They're not every team has the face of the team, right? Like you got faces of each team. Some are just faces of that team. Some actually really match sort of the city, the vibe. To me, I think Cade is that guy, right, Lou? Like if I had to draw in my mind the face of the Detroit Pistons.
Oh yeah. No, this fits.
Hell yeah, it's not even close.
I was about to say from top to bottom, even their coach. Everybody understands the assignment in Detroit, and I love it. Sometimes you shy away from history, or you shy away from cultures that's being built because you want to create your own. Now these guys say we know what the bad boys look like, and we're gonna step into that, and we're gonna be 2.0. Down to throwing a little hands from time to time. They have the toughness, they have the grit. They're actually playing really good basketball because I think you got to keep the first things first. Like if these guys were just fighting and being physical and getting their ass whooped, we wouldn't care. They're actually going out and playing really solid basketball, and they're leading the East with it. And on the other side, they have a reputation of being a tough team that you can't push around either. So I like everything about what Detroit has, and Cade being the head of that snake and him having that temperament. I like the fact that you don't hear him in the media a lot. You don't hear about no off-court stuff, and he's not a big trash talker. He goes out there, he do his thing, and at the same time, his temperament is one of such that you still don't want to go out there and play with him at all and try to disrespect him or any of those things. And so I love it from top to bottom.
Yeah, Cade's such a soft-spoken kind of guy to the public. Now, I guarantee you in practice camp and film sessions, like he's leading because he's definitely that type of personality as well. But it kind of reminds me of the Grizzlies back in the day where they had a very soft-spoken point guard, Mike Conley, who I don't want to compare the two, but
And Zebo.
And
both two soft-spoken
and
guys.
Marc Gasol, right? And Zebo, those are like the faces. But Tony Allen's like the Isaiah Stewart. He's the guy that city loves, that the fans love, that he's the grit and grind, the toughness and the glue of that team. So they're similar. I see similarities between those two teams, but Cade Cunningham is definitely the face of that city, that state. Like that he is. Cade Cunningham is Detroit at this point.
We call him Eyes McGee. That's nickname.
He is real good.
That I've made up.
Does he have green eyes?
His beautiful eyes. Yes. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we're about to do something the world will thank us for forever. We're going to fix
this
tanking.
stain on my shirt.
Nope, no one cares about that.
Run it back, turn it up, run it back.
Well, that's happening.
Okay, we're going to do it. Everyone's figuring out how to fix tanking. So here's a prime example. The Jazz and the Kings is not a good product that anybody wants to watch, but that's exactly what you got. They played a game. Neither team, nobody's in the interest of winning this one. A few of the players who did not play last night, let me make sure I get them all in here. Keontae George, Domantas Sabonis, Zach LaVine, DeAndre Hunter, Malik Monk, Russell Westbrook, Keegan Murray, and the Pacers' entire starting lineup. Let that sink in for one hot second. And then again, Markkanen hasn't played in a minute. Jaren Jackson Jr. hasn't played in fourth quarter. Let me ask you this.
We're talking the Pacers.
Pacers Kings. Like, that's two teams that don't want to win anything, and they're making it very clear. But how bad is this as far as what the league is definitely not wanting?
First of all, it's bad because the Pacers still won last night.
Well, somebody had to win.
Somebody had to win.
I mean, you can't just tie it in a loss.
We don't do ties.
Yeah.
It's egregious. And I
Nets
know,
don't want to
like,
win.
People, I remember not too long ago, Mark Cuban, at the very last game of the season,
Oh, God, yes.
sat someone out to get a pick, and it worked. Actually, they lost, and they completely tanked the last, and they ended up getting like Derek Lively with that.
And it cost them $250,000, which is
I think maybe even more.
Nothing.
This is blatant, egregious tanking in February. And the game the other night with Sacramento, they're up 17, 20 points, whatever, going in the fourth quarter. Markkanen's rolling. Jaren Jackson Jr., a new guy on the team, rolling. And they just don't put him back in. No one. And then they asked Will Hardy after the game, like, would you consider putting them back in? And he was just like, nope. Like, next
Which
question.
is crazy honest.
It's I don't know what Adam Silver does about it because there's also so many bad teams right now. Like you look, Sacramento, New Orleans, Utah, really Dallas.
I mean, literally all 4 teams we just mentioned.
But you know what? If you're Utah or the Kings, I'm aware. I'm reading the room. Something will change very soon. But before they do, I'm gonna get my pick though.
And if you think about even Portland, they're scrappy, they're having a decent year. They're Memphis, they're kind of in no man's land where I get the logic of tanking. It doesn't set the right tone to me. It's not the right message to the team. It's not the right message to the fan base. It's not. And I agree. Sometimes the fans, if you're a fan of the Brooklyn Nets, right? You're like, all right, this season sucks. Let's just go and get an AJ or a Peterson or something like that in the draft. Kid Caleb Wilson, North Carolina.
But is there not value in developing the talent that you have?
I don't know. I'm saying
there should be a value in making sure, some of these young guys, that they can play, but have they played in big moments? Have they played in meaningful fourth quarters? That they know that those are valuable moments as well. And so don't get me wrong, I understand the concept of tanking and everybody is trying to get draft picks and what do you have. But I'm looking at it more so of, let me focus on what I have in the building. I just brought Triple J over here. Let's build some kind of...
Okay, so there's a question about that.
Let's build something where we can see, okay, for the future, this might work.
But here's the problem with that.
If you're never having Laurie playing in the fourth quarter, you still don't know what you have.
But so people are also upset about that. You've got these all-star caliber players that are being moved at the deadline, and then basically you're not going to see them again.
Anthony Davis, he's Trae Young. They're probably not going to play on the Wizards right now because they don't care about this season. They'd rather
we're already fast
tank,
forward.
lose, go get a top 5 pick, and then next year they'll have something to look forward to.
But you should, because
I think it's bullshit.
you've never played together. You don't know what it looked like. You don't know if this works.
Guaranteed to just be good next year.
Yeah, you're not guaranteed to be good. Okay, I can see this happening. We need to go get us a shooter. We need to go get a wing scorer. We need to go get this and that. You don't want to start having those problems 10, 15 games in next year and trying to figure it out when you have an opportunity to kind of see where you are and the things that you need to adjust.
Yeah,
I hate it. It's disgusting is like a...
That's fair.
The problem is,
but
too, guys,
it's crazy. I hate
people
it.
are still paying full price for these tickets.
And it sucks for the fans, but I guess if you're a true fan of the Sacramento Kings,
you could see.
I guess you see the light at the end of the tunnel.
You don't.
I understand. Maybe next year. There's always next year.
Okay, how many years are you going to do that?
Well, Sacramento, and that's what I was going to say about Sacramento. A lot of these guys, they're two-way guys. They're not even going to be on the team next year anyway. So, the development and stuff of them, it doesn't matter because they're just good. The Kings would trade their entire team right now. Not named Murray and apparently this rookie.
If you're a guy like Russell Westbrook,
how the hell are you there?
What am I even doing
Ask
here?
to be bought out or waived or cut.
Get me out of here. Yeah, get me out of here.
He doesn't need the money. Get the hell out of there and go somewhere where at least you're valued and can compete to win.
Excuse me.
By the way,
you play basketball.
You're DeAndre Hunter.
You play basketball to win. There's 7 teams right now that are playing to lose.
On top of
this,
the background of this is kind of what irritates me personally. And now we're going to add 2 more teams to the league. We're going to add 2 more teams to the league.
I would rather move to bad cities.
I know, but that's not what they're doing. They are moving
to Seattle and Vegas and have 32
teams. And we're already dealing with 8 teams that are.
If and when this is something that will be addressed this summer. I'm sure after this lottery and after this draft, this will be addressed because, like anything else, sometimes when you have rules in place for so long, the game evolves, the game changes, people learn how to manipulate things, and that's where we are. So now I think we're at a breaking point with this tanking issue that something has to change where it's not incentivized for you to lose. I'm sure some changes on the horizon.
Well, so let's talk about some of there are some people out there floating around some ideas, and some of them are actually kind of interesting. The first one that comes up a lot is the idea that the bottom 8 teams would play a tournament. And then the winner gets the first pick, runner-up gets the second, blah, blah, blah. How are we feeling about that?
I'm not mad at it. It just
you're still rewarded to lose to get in that bottom 8
but
to then have a chance to then, rest up, suck. Rest up, then that tournament comes, be fully loaded, and win the tournament and get Darren Peterson. I hate that too. Well, I was 5 years old in YMCA league. I'm taught when I played to win.
I get it.
It's embarrassing.
And then you get to the highest level, and
you get to the NBA, and all of a sudden you lose for the future. I don't care about the future. I could get traded. I could get hurt. I don't care if I'm on one of these shitty teams. What your future is. I worry about my future, and I want to play to win.
Which is why, by the way, players never tank.
I don't give a damn about
It's not
them.
And that's a great point. we need to make sure we give the blame to the proper
ownership
to the proper people. So fans out there, don't go out there blaming players for this and that. No, it's ownership and his front office. Blame those people for the tanking issues. Don't blame the players.
Like, you think Malik Monk walked in there and was like, I don't want to play tonight? No, you
Like,
know damn well shoot
why am I
around.
even here?
Before shoot around that morning,
we'll
they
never
told
see
him.
a scenario where Russell Westbrook doesn't want to compete or at
I'm all
least fought
set.
to get on
I'm
the
about to
floor.
have a week off for All-Star. I don't want to play last
Do you
night.
guys have like idea? I mean, we've all thought about this tanking thing for quite some time. Do you have any ideas that could possibly, like I've heard.
Be better.
No, because I've also heard that everyone gets one ping pong ball. Like that's it. That is a legitimate, like, fair shot. You don't do it on percentages of how many you lost. I've heard another one where it said, go ahead and pick the draft order for the next 3 to 5 years ahead of time so that you don't have to even think about where you're going to get it because you've already been assigned.
Or what if
where
how about
picking.
this? If you're the worst team in the NBA, you get the last pick in the draft.
I mean, that would be
like,
hilarious.
be punished for being bad.
Because,
That's
by the
more
way,
normal.
fun fact, last 7 drafts, the worst team has not gotten the number 1
Yeah,
pick.
so you're
it's not
tanking.
working.
You're tanking for a hope that you get a good
Yeah.
pick, and if history repeats itself, you ain't getting the good pick anyways. Now this draft is different. This draft, I texted Chad. This Caleb Wilson kid, he's slotted like 4th or 5th. He is nasty. So, like,
ATL.
if you get a top 5 pick and you can
You
go get a
late to the
Boozer,
party.
man. No, I'm saying like I'm taking that kid over Boozer.
Yeah, you late to the party. Shout out to
But
Caleb.
then AJ Peterson, like if I can get in that top 4, top 5, I'm getting a starter. So like that's why you see it, I think, happening more so now, because the league is so top heavy right now that these teams suck anyway. At full strength, these teams aren't good. Now when they tank, if they're tanking for one of those 5 kids I just mentioned.
What about pick protections? Get
And-
rid of that. That's part of. By the way, that's partly
could
why
help.
this
Yeah,
is
blow it
happening
up.
as well.
That could help
you know-
for sure.
you know
'cause
what's-
some more
what's
picks are way more
also-
valuable.
Get rid of them.
And the biggest problem is there used to be some type of integrity in tanking. Like you kind of hid it you tried to hide it a little bit.
Who did that?
You know, every once in a while you might look out there and be like, what is this lineup that they got out there? And you might see the star players go back in for a few minutes or this
Smart.
and that. These guys are literally resting 6 to 7 people. Like we can't have that. It messes up the integrity of the game. It messes up the fan experience and everything. If we're always looking towards the future, we're never in the present moment. You have to develop some type of talent, especially with some of these young guys. These are valuable minutes. You got to let these guys go out and play them. You're putting in a system where a lot of these guys has a sense of entitlement because you're resting them for tanking. But it's like, bro, y'all sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you get the luxury of being able to rest and wait till next year?
Right.
How about
hate
the
it.
WNBA, by the way? They combine the records from the past 2 years for their lottery. So it wouldn't be like
I don't hate that.
you just have,
Yeah,
you know,
because
like
you gotta suck
Pacers
for
this year.
multiple years.
Yeah, because think, Pacers this year,
WNBA has
crap
quietly
year.
been showing us the way in some
Like,
areas.
come
Yeah,
on.
Pacers were in the
some
finals
areas.
last year.
Exactly.
Now they
Combine
know the
it.
future is bright with their best player out. So why be good this year when we're not real contenders? And then you get rewarded with a
ladies.
top 5 pick, and then you get your MVP back anyways in Tyrese, and then it's just all better.
It's so weird that
like
the women are
Spurs
figuring
back in the
things
day.
out before the men. It
Can
never
we talk about real
happened.
quick the Kings injury report last night was illness.
Could be.
Injury management was just one, not even
love
like an
that
actual
one.
injury. A right 5th finger tendon.
Injury
Is that my
management
pinky?
is hilarious. Like if you were injured,
What is
it's
it?
our job to manage the injury.
Left ankle sprain for Murray, but a left ankle soreness for Westbrook.
Those are two different
and
things.
just left eye for DeAndre Hunter.
Left eye? That's awesome.
Was-
God, I want to miss work
and then
for that.
Eubanks with just a good old fashioned DMP CD.
Eubanks.
Like, what are we doing?
Can I make a request or a suggestion from the fan point of view? And maybe this would open the eyes of the owners a little bit more too. Somehow the league has to instill all right, if you want to tank, we are cutting the prices of your tickets down. We are giving a refund to season ticket holders every time we figure out that you guys are tanking because
Yeah.
that's the only thing owners care about at the end
But
of the
also,
day.
here's the problem with the owners.
You're losing on purpose.
And then you lose money.
You're gonna get the top draft pick, and then you're gonna try to create a winning culture after that.
But you're
That's
also
the
losing
theory.
on purpose and devaluing your ticket sales or whatever we just
Yeah,
talked
I
about.
want that to be the thing.
For the possibility of getting a number 1 pick and building the value back
And that
up.
might happen. But how many times have we seen it not happen? More than yes, I would say.
And then like the Mavs just get lucky and get like Cooper Flag after being like solid.
you know who it worked for? The Detroit Pistons.
God.
The Pistons.
What about them?
It worked for them.
It has
Yeah,
worked. No,
it
it
works for them.
has worked. I mean, look, I'm a Spurs fan. I'm very aware that it
Until
does
that year
work
they
sometimes.
took Darko.
Okay, well, there you go.
Melo.
And sometimes it doesn't work. We're gonna
That one didn't really pan
We're
out.
gonna take a quick break. Some you buy
Darko Milicic.
on the other side. So it doesn't work every time. That's the point.
Run it back, run it up, run it back.
Yeah, we're doing it. You buying that? How about we do this, Lou? Cam Thomas, 34 points off the bench last night. That is amazing. Big win, by the way, over the Magic. Doc Rivers said, "Quote: I've had Jamal Crawford, I've had Lou Williams, now I have Cam Thomas. Well, well, well. How you feel about that?"
It's a big compliment for Cam Thomas.
Yes.
Say it with your chest.
It is a big compliment for Cam Thomas. But let's see what he do with it. You know, Doc's impact on myself and Jamal, it goes without saying. Between the two of us, we have 4 6 Man of the Year awards under Doc Rivers' coaching style and ability, and him, you know, allowing guys that come off the bench the opportunity to go out there and be stars in that role and to have some success. Cam Thomas, if you're next up in line, Doc Rivers is the right guy that you wanna be with. But that comes with winning. You know, we were able to win these awards in winning fashion, and so, you know, for him to be in that conversation with the likes of myself and Jamal, he got to figure out a way to go out and win some games, being that 6 man. But obviously a dynamic scorer, somebody that can go up and put 25, 30 on the board with his eyes closed. He's in good company with Doc at the helm of that. I want to see how successful he can be. So that's a big compliment for Cam Thomas.
Good one. It's a good quote.
Yeah, I think maybe he's referring more like style and scoring and go get a bucket type of guy, because
It could be both.
Like,
Yeah.
it's the greatest 6 man of all time.
Well, he just-
so
he
we
just
can't be
got him.
comparing
Like-
Cam Thomas to Lou Will and Jamal Crawford.
No, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it like.
I think
that.
it's more so like
I
game,
think
like
this
come
is-
in, go, just add water, and he's gonna give you 20. Like,
Listen,
he's that type of guy.
Doc is a motivator. Everything that he does is deliberate and it's intentional. So him saying this, I'm sure he knows Cam Thomas is going to see me saying this as well, and that's going to give him,
Compliment.
you know, yeah, that's going to give him the inspiration to go out and be in the likes of the names that were said. You know, so yes, I feel like I am the best 6 man of all time. I feel like Jamal is in that conversation and Manu as well. And so Doc being his coach and giving him something to inspire to go for in his role and be a star in that role, this is a Jedi mind trick. I love it.
Yeah, and I will say Cam Thomas, he's too good and too talented not to stick somewhere and create that niche in that role like Lou, like Jamal
Well, he should have
did.
just smiled more, right, guys?
So-
Isn't that what they told him? Just smile
Yeah,
more, kid.
I heard he's tough to crack.
Sun don't shine in Brooklyn.
I heard he's a tough cookie to crack, but I'm just saying he's got so much game. Like, he should be that valuable 6th, 7th man on a really good team where he can go in and play at the end of games and be that guy, win the star player, the best scores out. You can play through Cam Thomas.
34.
And for whatever reason, he hasn't found that. He's had highs, he's had lows, he's had DMPs, he's had 40, 50 points. Like, he is a bucket. I just want to see him mature and grow up into that role where he sticks somewhere.
This could be it. This could be it.
Talk to
We're
him,
going
Lou.
to find out. James Harden, Chandler, asked about loyalty after the Cavs win last night, had this thing to say. The whole quote, unquote loyalty thing, I think it's overrated. This is a business at the end of the day.
Could not agree more. I think it's such a funny thing that when a player wants a trade, he's the worst guy ever. He's enemy number one. He's got no respect for the city and the organization and the fan. He could have took less money. It's like, we have a small window to maximize our career, to make the most money we can possibly do, obviously while competing and wanting to win championships, but the teams don't get the same flack.
Nope.
Like, if Jaren Jackson asked for a trade a year ago, Memphis would have erupted on him and all hell would have broke loose. But then they could just trade him. Like, when all the rumors are about John, they just trade him to a worse team in situation. Like, there's zero loyalty to me when it comes to it. Obviously, there's certain situations or certain players and franchises that have more than others, but
That are, have reps for that.
100%.
Like, okay.
I totally agree with this, though. Like, you are a player, you maximize your potential and your money earning as much as you can while trying to win. So I totally agree with this, because I think when it's the other way around, you don't hear as much talk.
Yeah, who believes that? No, Lou, what do you think? Because I no.
Like, think about these tanking teams right now. They're losing because the owner wants them to lose to make his team better the
Loyalty-
following year when you might not even be on that team next year. That's not loyalty.
Also, can I just say this, kids? This is a little piece of advice that you didn't ask for. Loyalty in life should only be to your loved ones and yourself. It should never have anything to do with your employment, because your employment will never be loyal to you.
I played on 4 teams.
Home team discount thing.
I played on 4 teams, though. I played on the Rockets, the Mavericks, the Grizzlies, and the Hawks. I have not spoke to one general manager since I've retired. Why the hell would I ever take less money? I talked to the owners because they're actually important. Why would I ever give them a discount to make their job look better and easier?
It is a job. Did you just? What are you, Vernon Maxwell today?
Okay.
God, we'll edit it.
That shit, God, he just did it again.
What is happening?
That pisses me off because I agree. There's zero loyalty, and the player always gets the flack.
I'm a civilian, and I'm telling you, never be loyal to
what, to make your team better the following year when I'm gone anyways? Buzz off.
He's triggered.
He is triggered. He is angry right now.
It doesn't make sense.
It's stupid.
He's triggered.
It's old-fashioned. You know what? Our parents thought that way, and that's long gone.
I'm not done. No, I'm done.
No, you are done because you can't control yourself right now. Anthony Slater of ESPN dropped an article about the Warriors' relationship. This is awesome, by the way. I'm so happy we're doing it. With Jonathan Kuminga. He detailed the fractured relationship between Coach Kerr and Kuminga. But the most interesting thing that came out of this was that someone in Kuminga's camp was taking catered food home with them from games. And that was just too much, Lou.
I'm not buying that this is a real thing.
Awesome.
I'm not.
By the way, Anthony Slater, like that's a.
No, sure.
Somebody told him.
And then I saw the comments from Buddy and
also
Kuminga even responded.
Buddy said it was Jimmy.
But
Kuminga responded with a bunch of laughing emojis.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, because your family is encouraged to take the food.
They're gonna throw it out.
It's there for them.
Throw it out, and it's
doing?
there for them. Your family is encouraged to take it, especially. No, check this out. Especially in Golden State, when you go to their new arena, state of the art. They have live chefs for the visiting team.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they have a great setup.
No, they have live chefs for the first time I went to the Chase Center, I said, oh, y'all trying to set us up. Because they were too nice. They like, what would you guys like? They were taking our food orders.
That's amazing.
I can't get behind this one. Like,
that's
so he's not getting quality minutes because his cousin's back eating a bunch of hot dogs.
This just solidifies to me that Steve Kerr hated him, and this is just like a story. This is just like, you know, when you live with someone, and eventually you find something that annoys you.
Eventually,
like,
yeah.
This is just like such a throw in at the end. He's gone now. So
but even Curry commented. He said, "I'm sorry, this is ridiculous." Like somebody said it because Anthony Slater does not make stuff up like that. So that to me is hilarious.
I will say this hit home with me because. Do you ever have one of those Chipotle cards when you play where you had like
for life or whatever?
Exactly. Yep. I had one of those. Yep. And I'm going to completely call my boy Pasha here. I had it for 3 years and I barely went, right?
Good for you.
And I remember when I went to like re-up with them one summer, they like read me how many times I was going.
Shut your mouth.
It's because my boy was going like 3 times a day. And I swear, I think they ended up dropping me from the deal just because Pasha was just annihilating burritos.
You were Kuminga before Kuminga.
Yeah. So I saw this yesterday. I was like, oh my God, my boy did this with me with Chipotle.
No, but listen,
prices are up because of him.
It's all mess with people's food.
Listen, this is absolutely ridiculous, though.
It's so
Trust
petty.
me, anybody that knows the culture of family rooms and all of that stuff, they want you to take the food. And you got kids back there, you got families back there. That's what the food is there for.
And you're throwing it out.
Why put out food that you don't want people to eat? So this is ridiculous.
I don't
see this being an ounce of truth.
You know, Kuminga and his boys have a group chat, and the heavy set one is like, damn it.
How dare you?
They're definitely talking about
the one big guy.
The one big guy.
Like Chris.
No, he started this whole thing because he had too many nachos.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my God, I'm crying.
Greatest thing I've read this week.
That is too funny.
Well, you know what?
The big homie is sweating today reading this.
Chandler and I have both played for the Atlanta Hawks. The food is amazing in the back, and they don't care how much you take. Y'all enjoy yourselves down.
And Tony Rest, I'm telling you.
And if you can get your food in the back, I know a place.
And by the way, Jonathan, when you go back and play at Golden State, I would take all of the food. All of it.
Tony Wrestler will give you his card on the road.
Absolutely.
And bring the big homie with you because he can all you can eat. Fuck it. I said it again. Sorry.
We'll be back.
Some things are really riling me up.
It's the greatest thing I read yesterday, though.
Trigger.
Run it back, run it up, run it back.
You guys, we aren't on tomorrow, which means we have to predict everything now for the All-Stars. The favorites, according to the old
Welcome back, baby.
the FDSB, the All-Star competition. I have made it very clear where I stand on this, but if you guys would like to tell me, there are your odds. Stripes.
Well, if you think
World,
we know which
Stars.
guys are on Stripes.
I can tell, you know what? You want to know? Stripes is Brown, Ingram, Kawhi, LeBron, Norman Powell, Brunson, Durant, Donovan Mitchell. You got Stars is Cade, Scotty Barnes, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Johnson, Booker, Maxey, Holmgren, and Duran.
Give me Stripes again. Let me.
Yeah.
Stripes is Brown, Ingram, Kawhi, LeBron. Look, it's the LeBron team with Durant and Brunson.
Powell,
I'm telling the board.
Ingram.
Like,
What about where's the world?
Give me.
What do you mean, where's
I
the
have to
world?
pick one of those two?
No, you pick all three, but the world, we know the world.
Yeah, give me Stripes.
Give me the world.
No.
I like the world team too,
Absolutely
but
no.
I'll take
I'm
the
going to put a
Stripes.
Well, what do you
stand
mean?
right
Look,
now.
that's a better team.
You hate the world.
I
So
love
you
it.
do not get to pick the world for this.
Going back, Brown.
Mr. Flag
All right, give me
waving.
this one. Brown,
No.
Brunson, Curry.
Okay, you get
Ingram.
Stripes. So you're taking the favorite.
Brown, Brunson, Ingram, Durant, and James.
Oh.
And you
Kawhi.
took, are you taking Stars?
I'm going Stripes.
So both Stripes. So you're both taking the fave?
Yeah, give me Stripes.
Like, but think about this one. Barnes will play hard. Duran's
Stripes are the
suspended for fighting.
Yeah, Stripes are the fave.
Okay, yeah, I like Stripes.
I mean,
I
I'll take.
also like the world. I like
Nope.
I like all
I'll
three.
take Stars just to be different. So Stars, Stripes, and clearly
World
World.
for life.
Okay.
Okay, MVP. Let's take a look at what we might think might happen.
Gotta be Wemby, right?
Yeah!
I mean, the guy said last
$1 million
night
on it.
he might stay awake an extra hour this weekend. That's what he said last night after he won national
Hooray.
championship.
I couldn't
Might
love
as well
him
put
more.
some sprinkles on his ice cream.
I can.
Oh, you bad boy.
Can I love a man more than my family that I don't even
If
really
he
know?
doesn't
Is
win the
that-
MVP, it's weird after how much he's talked about
Well,
carrying and
no,
playing hard.
but in fairness, what he's doing is so effective that it's going to make everyone better. He is a motivator and a
Tyrese Maxey
spiritual
for
guru.
MVP.
Actually, I don't hate
I'm
that.
going to take a dark horse, Jamal Murray. First time All-Star, I think he's going to
He's
absolutely try.
definitely going to try.
I mean, it's going to be
World.
Fellas, what we doing? We hooping? Are we hooping
Wemby's
this
getting
weekend?
taped for this, like, no doubt. Like, he is doing his same
Damn, can we put
pregame
money on
routine.
this?
I love it. Listen, Wemby
want
is gonna
to.
hoop. Jamal Murray is gonna hoop. Tyrese Maxey is absolutely gonna hoop.
Book is going to be hungover.
None of these guys. Cade,
No.
no. Book, no.
Siakam,
You don't think Cade's going to try?
No.
Really?
No.
So then-
Unless somebody decides to get competitive.
Okay.
And I think
And by the way, their team has to also win, probably, right?
Well, I don't yes, ideally, yes. But can
Yeah.
I ask you guys, what is the Jared McCain of it all? Yesterday announced that he'll be in the celebrity three-point contest. Anything?
cheese.
That's all that.
Chips with dip,
That's-
Beadle. This is what this comes down
With
to.
dip, Lou?
Yeah.
Really?
I'd say this, you better win.
Chips
You
with
better.
dip.
By the way, that's what I'm saying. If you don't
You
win,
better win, dog.
You better win.
who were the
better
celebs
win.
in this? I don't even remember.
it's
All
like-
money ain't good money.
It's like Drewski, for God's sake.
Can I ask you a question?
I'll do it too.
Never mind.
I
forget
promise
it.
you I would have done it too.
We should be in it.
I guarantee you he got
I was
six
gonna
figures
say,
to do it.
why wouldn't you guys be in
There's
Guaranteed.
a guy in it that just got traded for a first-round pick shooting against Drewski.
But if he loses,
But Adam Silver,
Available NBA.
Adam Silver
We'll do
said,
it. I'll be in a celebrity three-point contest. I'm around.
There it is.
I'm local.
okay, do you think you'd win if you guys?
Yes.
Oh,
I think Jared McCain would probably
Yes.
win.
you guys, they're
I
both here.
smoke
They live here.
everybody in the three-point contest right now. The celebrity one.
All right, they're available. Make it happen. Enjoy the weekend.